Um, let's talk about it. DJ Akademiks was on what's the show? The Breakfast Club, right? And I didn't even know about it for a while, and somebody told me about it, and I said, okay, they was hurting this week. They had nothing going on, and because Akademiks had so much buzz because LL Cool J said his name, he finally got his first appearance on the Breakfast Club. So him being said he was irrelevant and all of these different things and statements that was made, he was able to come to the Breakfast Club. Wow. Because LL mentioned him, Russell Simmons mentioned him, and everybody in hip hop started basically sending the message that Akademiks is no longer, his services are no longer needed in the community because he doesn't know how to show respect to the craft. You know, that rubbed people the wrong way. And then I had to watch Joe Budden go in and answer all of these different things when he just disagreed a week prior about how he handled the PNB Rock, situation and delivering that information and putting out that video that he thought was very ill-advised. That's very DJ Vladish, what he just did. But Joe, you have to realize this is what you created. He was the same kind of guy when you brought him on Complex. You didn't give a damn about his War in Chirac series. You brought him on the show to cuss him out like you really gave a damn, but you didn't. Your job was to front. Your job was to pretend like you gave a damn. So when you did that, it caused a wave between everybody. Because now you are MC and you brought him in because it was good business for you. Because who is this guy? He's an internet guy. He has no real connections to the industry. So if you guys were just to go in on him, all right. So then what? What happens after that? What's the next move then? What's the next target? Who's the next person? Because the way we see it, it's quite clear. Everything is cut and dried for the rest of the general public. Um, Nobody respects anything that he really does. He's not a pillar of the community. He was asked on the Breakfast Club, what donations have you made? He was, what, like my contributions to charity? I think helping those other rappers' careers. He's telling you he makes all this money, but he gives nothing back to the community. He doesn't do any charity work. He doesn't do anything. He just expressed it in his comments. All condescendingly, might I add. Then on top of all of these wonderful things, right? This is what makes this country so great. On top of all of these wonderful things that's being said, he goes ahead and states that when Envy asks him the question and no one is answering, why is he even on there? Then he goes ahead and fake promotes it because that's all he cared about is he finally made it to the Breakfast Club. He goes ahead and promotes it by trying to boost it up with his fake traffic. Like, people were so interested to hear what he had to say. He had more views than Tory Lanez. Come on, Tory Lanez, everybody wanted to hear what Tory had to say about the controversy, and he really said nothing. So the Breakfast Club really has taken a huge L. And, okay, the Breakfast Club has taken a huge L. And a lot of people don't know why. I know why. It's because that show is burnt out. It's burnt out. You got a bunch of overpaid people now on a show where they're just dragging. They're looking for anything they can to get somebody on there. And nobody has any interest or any buzz or anything popping enough to make somebody care. So that's where we're at with it. But okay. Okay. I'll be your Huckleberry. I never cared. Nothing at all. Hmm. This is crazy. But I've never seen a lot of different things that were said, and this is crazy. I never seen anything that was said that was outrageous towards DJ Akademiks, really. Everyone was in agreement that this guy was a problem. I just happened to know about it 4 or 5 years ago, what this guy actually was. Majority of the people have lives, so they don't have time to focus and pay attention to this guy. Me, I just did what was, on the table to be done. And other than that, that was it. So that's how we carried ourselves, man. We just carry ourselves as men. But Joe, you can't sit there and act as if this doesn't concern you. When you put this guy on this pedestal to be accepted by the entertainment world, by the masses, instead of leaving this guy in the gutter where you found him, you decided to bring him to us. You know the old saying said, "Oh, you bring a snitch, then you might as well be a snitch." That's the saying. That's where we at right now. Now, everyone I know has a major problem. They all want to be famous. Everyone wants to be famous. They would cut off their right arm to be famous. They've never been it. They've never done anything in life. So to them, they are pleased with all this stuff. Me, I've been everywhere. I've done everything. I've partied with celebrities, been in some of the richest people in the world's house. What more could I actually accomplish being around other people who do that? Now I'm like, I'm cool on that because I've done that. I've seen that. So I'm not really enthused or impressed. So I'm not blaming DJ Akademiks for wanting to be in those circles, wanting to get in those doors. That's not what I complain about him. It's the things that he did to get there. It's how you do things. That bothers me. And what he was doing was very alarming. And all y'all like, yo, you just hate on this dude. No, I hate what he stands for. And that's nothing but nonsense and negativity. And to tear us down as people. I don't appreciate that. It upsets me and it hurts my intelligence to see my people keep fall for this nonsense. And the problem is that if it goes unchecked and we just don't say anything about it, you got more and more future hymns coming down the road. There's so many people that's influenced by him young on the internet, they're gonna think it's cool to do. Then you got the next academic knockoff, and then you got the other next academics knockoff, and all these knockoffs are gonna run over here, and then some of them gonna be getting hurt and losing their lives and putting other people's lives in danger. So that's why we say these things, man. Because believe me, I get my money regardless. I don't ever have to speak on the guy. But it's to highlight the nonsense, to wake up some of the people who might not see what this person is actually doing. So Joe Budden, you bear a lot of the responsibility here. In the Breakfast Club, you get a big L for bringing this guy on the platform, which I know Charlamagne was responsible for. That milk dud bastard should have never brought him on the show. He added no value. He talked nothing but nonsense. And he's not famous. He's not even a real DJ. So what are we doing here?
I agree with all of y'all. I agree with all of y'all. I've been ACK.
Right.
I've been ACK. Like, that's part of why I fuck with ACK. And let me start there. Because there's a lot of people piling on ACK. I didn't want to do that. Let me start with, I love ACK. That's like my little bro. I disagree with him often. And I'm going to love him in spite of our disagreements. In spite of his mistakes. He got to go learn on his own like all us had to go learn on our own. I don't do the type of new internet love that you niggas do. Like, when I fuck with niggas, I fuck with niggas. But part of that is so because I identify. I was there before as the kid who wasn't in the streets, but wasn't like corporate, the internet. I'm figuring my way and I'm making my way on the internet, and you're gonna bump your head a little bit. I feel ACK in this clip because too many times, more than I could count, have I sat in front of a computer and talked like I was just me and you in a room somewhere, all willy-nilly.
Right.
And then one person heard it or one spot picked it up and they blew that shit. And now I'm not, you can't be responsible for how it's received.
Yeah.
And I listened to X, some of X's response. He's already responded to this on his podcast. And he said a lot of that was tongue in cheek. I'm not sure that was an apology. But he said a lot of it I was bullshitting around. He can explain his own point. You can go listen to his podcast on Spotify where he gets into what he meant a little more.
Okay. Don't matter about what he meant. He don't have the right to even talk reckless like that. And Joe, you was never him. You came into this game as a artist, a hip hop artist. You had a life. You had a hit record. You were in the game. You had a record deal. This dude, I don't think, ever had a job. He is an extreme YouTuber, a guy who makes a living just coming up with anything he want to say on the internet and have no repercussions for saying it. Like Spider-Man and all that. Great powers come great responsibility. So yes, he wants to talk reckless over the microphone and all of these different things, but also, you have to be responsible for everything that comes with it. I'm thinking differently, I'm thinking times have changed, um, but it's still the same about respect and rules. And people who've accomplished something in the game, it's gonna have something to say. So if you say something, you should have something to back that up. Just to say, yeah, y'all dusty and all this. You shouldn't just talk reckless and disrespectful. I feel like you should have a point. There should be a reason for the actions. And if your reason is I made a lot of money, it makes no sense to me. Oh, I made a lot of money. Making a lot of money ain't making it. That just shows how pathetic you are. But Joe Budden is once again trying to protect a friendship because he knows he got business lined up with Akademiks. They got to do a podcast, so I can't rip him to shreds until we do this show. $12 men on the field. Now I'm pissed off. Now I'm pissed off. It's like, what is going on out here? Unbelievable. That just pissed me off. I'm gonna get out of here because I'm pissed off now. Woo! Show don't stop! All 7 penalties. Show goes on. So we're in the thick. At least right now we're in the thick. But it is what it is. I'm feeling really good, you know. Woo! I was mad for a second, boy. I had to blow up. But Joe is where he's at now. He's rich and comfortable. And I understand that feeling. When you're rich and comfortable, you don't feel like being bothered. So the whole attitude is different. The whole attitude is, why are we even fighting? What are we arguing about? I don't want to blow my money. But the question is, well, who is Akademiks? What has he done? This one idiot on this show, and I do gotta state this. This dude compared DJ Akademiks to Kevin Durant or somebody talking about Dr. J or somebody. Like, dude, DJ Akademiks is not even up there with no damn Kevin Durant. They were in the same league. He's not in the same league as a LL Cool J. He's not in the same league. Like, He is a nobody. A nobody. Like, this guy is only on the Breakfast Club because they felt like, okay, you know, LL talked about him. Everybody came out and gave him this attention, which is supposed to be, a wake up call to tell people, hey, watch this guy, don't deal with this guy. But now it's what he needs or what he wants. He feeds off of it. Yes, somebody gave me some content because he's a joke. And this is why I never want to have anything to do with him as a human being, as a person, or anything. So I gave him opportunity after opportunity to right his wrongs or to amend, but he's above the law, right? He thinks nothing's going to ever happen to him in life because he's academics, and that's that. Okay. Life is the greatest teacher. That's what I tell people. Life will be your teacher. I had no time for it, so no. Nobody worried about Joe Budden. Pump it up, Joe. No, nobody worried about him. You need to be worried about this game. But anyway, I'm gonna shut it down for real this time. Because I'm really, there's nothing else really more to say about academics, and I don't want to give him any more attention. I just wanted to let you guys know I heard what the idiot said, and I'm just out of the idiot business for right now. Need to focus on my game. I'm out.